Beautiful day out here in Labrador. Got to get out for a little ride on my 25 XTerrain RE 900R. Doing a little bit of suspension testing and figuring out what works and what don't. I've had a lot of people ask me my personal opinions on this machine since I got it, and I figured it would be easier to sum it up in a video rather than write it out to everyone. So as we're walking around, I'll point out some things that I've added to the machine. Should have probably done this right out of the box, but I wanted to get a few miles on it before I gave any feedback. There's about 600 kilometers on it now, and I've tinkered with it enough that I feel like I got a good understanding of what it's like. So starting up front, we've added the skid plate from BRP. Pretty standard. Everyone should have one if they're doing any bit of riding in the woods at all. Protect the underbelly. Skis have been switched out to Simmons Gen 2. They're 10-inch skis. The stock skis were okay, but in the loose powdery snow they pushed a lot. This is just what I'm used to. Some people love them, some people hate them. I swear by them. I don't think there's a better ski on the market for all around. They're very predictable. They turn all the time. No matter what snow condition is, it's going to turn. It can catch you off guard sometimes, but it's definitely going to turn. This machine comes stock with the KYB Pro 46 front and rear. See, awesome shocks out of the box. I found the machine a little soft for my liking, so we sent the shocks over to Todd at TLD and got our valving put in it that we've come up with over the past year or two with the Lynx machines, the Rave and the XTerrain. Took a few revisions to get it exactly where I like. I still got a little revision to do in the rear, but they are great. Out of the box, it's not bad for your average rider. I'm sure if you play with the adjustments enough, you will get it to a point that you like. But for what we're doing, we needed slightly more valving put into it. Headlights on the Lynx are great, but we always add more. So we got a Baja Designs Onyx 6 light, and it up on the windshield with ram mounts. See there. They're just bolted through. Works good. It's just like daylight whenever you turn it on. So, not knocking the stock lights, but some more is definitely needed. It's an ultra high windshield from BRP. This one's been since discontinued. A little disappointed about that, but we did manage to get this one. One complaint I do have is the Lynx comes stock with handguards on it. As soon as you put an ultra high windshield on it, handguards won't work because they come in contact with the windshield. Not sure if the adjustable one that BRP has out now has remedied that, but that's what we noticed. 12-box extension, BRP part. There's a grip and reprisal vibe down there. Put them on all my machines, they work well. Keeps a bit of vibration out of the handlebars. Need it more on a 2-stroke than a 4-stroke. The rear, everyone wants to talk about the rear suspension in the Lynx. Some people love it, some people hate it. I've never had an issue with it. I've never broken any rear suspension component on it. So take that for what you will. I do wish there was a fourth wheel in the back from the factory, but you can get it as a accessory, so we're definitely going to add that. Comes standard with the link mounts on the back and the plastic on top of the tunnel. That's nice. The 2-strokes don't get that. Bumper stock had the hitch from BRP. The track opted for the 1.6 studded option. The track is good in the loose powdery stuff. There's not quite enough studs in it though. There's only one stud per lug, and the lugs are really soft. It's kind of hard to see now. So on the hard pack, traction is an issue with all the power. Not sure if we'll keep this track or change it out, but it serves its purpose. Seat is, I didn't like it at first. I'm starting to like it a little more. I do like the cutout here. When you're riding really aggressively, you can get your leg into the little cutout there. It's a little tall for riding fast in the woods though. On my Rave, I switched out to more of an XRS style seat. It's a little lower, a little softer. So not sure what I'll be running on this one yet. I've got the standard gauge on this one. You can get to the 10.2 inch big LCD screen. I didn't need it for what I'm doing. That one works fine. So yeah. Change the bars out there, side bars, I just like them more. The brakes, new brakes are really good. I like how it's one-piece design now. They used to have a plastic reservoir on it on the Gen 4. So this is a lot better. The switch gear is really nice for the controls. One thing I will say is it comes standard with all these cutout for the rocker switches, which is nice, but the mode selector on a Gen 4 used to be down here. Now it's built into this button here. I can't really get used to it. The rocker switch I think worked better, but that's minor stuff. The engine, everyone wants to know, how does it compare to an 850? Well, I'm going to do another video. I've got a 24 Rave 850 at the house. I'm going to do another video comparing and getting into a little more detail between the two. I will say the 900R is 37 pounds heavier on paper. Can you feel the weight? Is what everyone wants to know. It's negligible. In the woods, maybe a little bit, but in all other situations, you can't really feel it. I like the reliability of a 900R. You don't have a two-stroke under the hood taking time bomb. You should know that the engine's not gonna go kaput on you. Lots and lots and lots of power. More power than you'll ever need. Fuel consumption, if you're on the gas, it is atrocious on fuel. It drinks it at an alarming rate. So if you're going on a long ride, pop a Lynx can on the back, or whatever your setup is to carry extra fuel, because you will need it. In eco mode, if you're putting along, it's pretty good. I can't really attest to how many kilometers you can get out of a tank yet. Maybe later in the season I'll really try that out, but it's not too bad in eco. In the snow, if you're wide open on the lakes all the time, in sport mode, it's really, really bad. The throttle. So this has a cable going to an electronic actuator. It takes a little bit of getting used to, where it's not a full cable operated throttle body. There's a little bit of delay compared to two-stroke, so just know that. These little toe holds are really nice down here. You can really lock your feet in here when you're going fast over the bumps, and you know that your feet aren't gonna come off. It's kind of crazy. There's 600 kilometers and the paint is already rubbing off the chain case cover, but under the hood there's lots of room to work. Gotta say, I had the hood off this a couple times, putting accessories on, and there's lots of room. It seems pretty simple. Some people like to talk about the manifolds on the 900R. I know some expeditions are after having them crack. I think it's more of a user error than a machine error. Any turbo, if you're used to turbo diesels or anything like that, you're told not to shut it down when it's hot. I mean, that manifold is glowing red. If you stop at your buddy's cabin at -50, it's only going to expand and contract so many times before you run into issues. So if you get to the camp or wherever you're going, let it run for a minute or two. Get some oil through the turbo, let it cool down some more. Other than that, I gotta say, I really enjoyed the snowmobile. This is going to be our Kane's Quest machine. It's going to be an interesting learning curve over racing a Rave before. But we're getting there. Suspension is getting really, really good. I had it okay before, but it's getting really, really good now. You can hit bumps at an extreme rate of speed, way faster than you should be able to, especially on a 4-stroke. But other than that, that's my first kind of thoughts, initial impressions on it. I'll be sure to check back when I get another 600 kilometers or so on it, and kind of go over what else I've changed, what I've learned, what I like, what I don't like. And I'm going to make another video directly comparing it to the RAV-A. So if you're in between an XTerrain and a RAV-A, it's not an apples to apples comparison, because this is a 900, the RAV-A is an 850. But I'll kind of give you the lowdown between the two machines, chassis wise and engine wise. Other than that, keep on riding.